Good day. Let me tell you about the Swedish Green Party. It got 4% in the last election. It's the smallest party in the parliament and it's in the government. It's got a huge influence on immigration policies. Something happened after the election in September last year. Two parties switched sides from center-right to left. And this gave the Green Party a chance to remain in the government, and they took this chance. So there they are. And now these four parties are talking. It's the Socialists and the Greens in the government, and then the two parties who switched sides, who support them. And they are now pursuing a new humanitarian protection policy. This is about giving certain groups a chance to stay in Sweden. And these are some of the proposals from the Green Party. I hope you're sitting down now. 1. Severely ill should be allowed to stay. The same proposal comes from the Center Party, which is one of those who switched sides. Number 2, the refugees who have been subjected to violence of honor and oppression in Sweden will have the opportunity to stay here. This means that if you're treated poorly by your dad here in Sweden, not in Somalia or Afghanistan, but here in Sweden, this is a reason for you to get asylum. Yeah. And number 3, this is the worst. Young people with a strong connection to Sweden. Right. Well, if you join a club or association, or if you go to school, I actually think it means that if you stay in Sweden for, let's say, a year, this is a reason for you to stay permanently. There's no way you can kick people out. It's foolproof, you see? Because if you stay here, you are bound to be connected to society somehow. And you can prove it, of course. Yes, it's absolutely mad. Well, we're getting used to it when it comes to the Green Party. It's foolproof. Nobody could fail getting asylum in Sweden. You have to be a klutz if you want to fail in getting asylum. And of course this is tempting a lot of others to come here as well. Yeah, and the Green Party, I'm getting pissed off now, you see. The Green Party, they have a huge influence on the other 3. All these 4 parties together, they have one thing in common. Well, they have 2 things in common, actually. They all hate the nationalists. Yes. And they are very afraid of a new election, because they would all lose. So they have this huge influence. And it seems to me that they are sort of desperate. The Green Party is dropping quickly in the polls. And they just want to get away with this somehow. This is my theory, actually. They want to do this before they are totally destroyed or something. It's mad. I have to give you some good news after this tragedy. I told you yesterday that the Swedish debate is much, much better. It's actually really good, in my opinion. And I will give you one example. I need cheering up. Yes. This is a debate that was a few days ago on public service TV, and they talked about the returning ISIS idiots. Yeah. Those who went to Syria to fight for ISIS and coming back to Sweden. So this was the debate. And one of the guys who was there was Hanif Bali. He's a member of the Moderate Party, which is a pretty decent party actually, relatively speaking. And Hanif Bali is, in my opinion, the best politician we have in Sweden. He's pushed back by his own party because they find him uncomfortable. But he's brilliant, really good. So he was there, and this is what he said. Swedish politicians should apologize for not having criminalized participation in the terrorist organization ISIS, and thus let the jihadists go free. Now we are stuck here with our pants down, and the only thing left for the politicians to do is look into these cameras and apologize. Yeah, brilliant. That's all. Bye.